Yo, Spike Shoe here. Welcome to another edition of, we'll just call it Spike content. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Geo Labs, Rank 2. Should you do it? We're also going to have we'll have my first completion run, solo run playing here in the background. Let's go ahead and pop that on now. So that way y'all can watch it while we do it, while we talk about it, right? Should you do it? First and foremost, I'm going to say yes. It's very rewarding. And it's a pure and utter Domina haven. If you need Dominas, if you're trying to make Halphinales, you want to do this because they drop Dominas and the drop rate is very, very, very nice. First and foremost, you should know that right off the bat. Going into this, if you're trying to do the arts records, this is the solo runs. This is the first completion run where I fully did it. Took a while. This guy right here, Ikasabujin, is the main problem for the most part. The whole rest of the run is really not difficult at all. The Shadow Goku really isn't anything complicated. You see my alliance members are around me right now. They have no idea I'm filming a video, but they're here nonetheless. He's probably trying to move my body on top of this ill. But anyways, for a gunner, the first thing I would say, just off the bat, whether you're a gunner or not, just want to say this for a gunner. First thing off the bat, Bujin, because of the animation locks that gunner has, can be a little annoying to learn, as it's different than the Geo Lab 1. It's different than Geo Lab 1, so as a result, it can be a little annoying to learn. But once you learn it, you get into a rhythm of it, and you're good to go pretty much, so it's no real biggie. I have no idea what's going on here with my alliance members. They have no idea that I'm making a video right now, so I have no idea what's going on. Nonetheless, looks like I failed on that run, actually. So this must be the run where I actually go through it. As you can see, it took me a lot of attempts here. Anyways, regardless, for a single run for Geo Lab Rank 2, it's probably going to take around like 10 minutes. It's going to take around like 8 to like 12, something like that minutes. 8 to 12 should be around the time of what it's going to take you to get there. And it's not too complicated. Now, that being said, if you're running a 3 or 4 man team, what I've noticed is that it seems like it doesn't really scale to there being 4 people. So basically you're fighting the mobs and they still have the same amount of like HP or stuff like that. So basically you can mow through Geo Labs Rank 2 in about 5 minutes. Mind you, you should all be geared. And if you're not, if you're not the best of players, then you're not going to clear S rank, which means that your loot table is naturally not going to be as good, right? So obviously that will be an issue. You want to make sure that you and the people that you go in there with are equipped well enough to handle Geo Labs, because you should not be going in there wearing level 30 armor, having level 30 guns that have no augments on them. It will not be a good experience. It will be a waste of your time, and it will not be worth it at all. Make sure that you are geared, and honestly, make sure that you're geared, period, because it helps out in everything. Like, this is off topic, but Dark Falls Aegis. It's a prime example of that. Dark Falls Aegis should take you 15 minutes max. There's no excuse besides not having properly equipped units for it to take 30 minutes, as you can see, in pickup groups a lot of the time. Don't let that happen. Get some gear. Be stronger, better, faster. I can't remember how exactly the order goes on that song, but nonetheless, I'm kind of rambling right here. Either way, the key takeaways from Geo Lab Rank 2 is pretty much just how quickly it can be done. You can add you're adding the modifiers the same way that you do Geo Lab 1, which will increase the potential possible rank that you can achieve within Geo Labs. Correct? That's nothing new. It is much quicker. So the cap is 20 minutes. The maximum time is 20 minutes that you can be in there. Whereas Geo Labs 1, I believe, was 30 minutes or 40 minutes. I can't remember how long, but it definitely took a longer time. Whereas this one, like I said, you can burn through this in 5 minutes with a good team that knows what they're doing, that's not dying, that's not getting hit really. So you can burn through this in 5 minutes. So you add that up, and for the fact that you can get maybe 3 Dominas each time. Actual Dominas, not notes like the current mutant events going on. Actual Dominas. It takes 10 of each Domina to make a Halphinale. That's an extremely insane Domina farm. Extremely insane Domina farm. As you see here, we're on floor 2. Floor 2 has some mobs. And then the little dinosaur boss that you see right outside the Stia outskirts, or right outside of Stia, the town. And it's literally the most ridiculously easy floor possible. And you'll see later on in the video we'll have Shadow Goku, and that will give you the full rundown of the run. And it's not complicated at all. At first, when you face Shadow Goku, it can be a little overwhelming because it's 2 Gokus, but ultimately you realize it's just 2 Gokus. And that's it. Now, I know that sounds incredibly disheartening because 2 Gokus, especially if they're turning an Ultra Instinct, then that's probably going to be an issue. Unfortunately, we're not talking about Goku from Dragon Ball Z. We're simply talking about Goku from this game. Fortunately, because I don't think anyone would want to be in that situation where you're facing 2 Gokus. I know I sure wouldn't. But anyways, that's beyond the point. Pretty much, we're just running it down and letting you know that this is an extremely viable option and choice right now, whether you're trying to create Halphinales or whether you just want to make money. Because these things drop all the Gigas 4s. These things drop all the Dominas. And it drops Dread Keepers. It's literally the Halphinale farm. It is the Domina farm. It is the best, most viable option to create a Halphinale at the current moment. And SEGA has really just put this in our face and made an extremely efficient method of farming Halphinales. Whereas recently we haven't really had that. And let's be honest, the content has been a little stale for the past few weeks. The truck defense was interesting. Okay, you changed it to another location. That's interesting. Oh, okay, now we have giant mutants. That's interesting. You get tired of it about an hour. And, okay, we see the headline that happened earlier this week, and we're like, okay, what are we gonna get? Mutants changed to a different area, bro. But it is what it is. I think this definitely has been a welcome change of pace in comparison to the last 4 weeks of events that we have gotten. So that's a big plus. That's a much welcome change up. So here we are. And the best thing I would recommend is that, if you're trying to go into this, like I said, I think I've said this already 3 times before, just make sure that you're geared. This definitely is not meant for like the casual of casual players. It's not. Even in a 4-man group, you'll waste more time. You'll waste more time because you're just gonna keep on dying regardless. Remember that you can only res so many times. You only have, if you're going for S rank, you're probably only going to have 1 res per person on each floor. So if you're the type who's getting hit a lot, type who's dying a lot, you're going to fail every single run. So make sure that you're coming in with a good team. Make sure that you're properly equipped. So that way you're being the most efficient with it. Make sure that your potency is, at least 85 plus. I guess maybe if you're running, if you're running a Neos Astrid and you're running an Alt Secreta and Mastery 4 setup across your units, that's fine too, because floor potency is very important for Neos Astrid weapons. Of course, if you're running a Gunblaze or something like that, you want to focus on pure potency for the crit rate, as floor potency does not matter for Gunblazes. So make sure that you're geared. Make sure you're running, proper armor, preferably, any of Eclair, Ajax, or Ephetus armors. Belta, Shaza, Arga. Those Ephetus. I think Ephetus has a regular one too, but obviously it doesn't. Yeah, basically it's Belta, Shaza, Arga, depending on which class you're using it for, right? So that way you're getting the most efficient armors that are the most up-to-date and still viable options across the board. All three of those are viable options across the board for in-game content such as Geo Rank 2. So concluding, I would just say, yeah, this Geo 2 has been a much welcome addition. I think a lot of people went into it very skeptical, kind of like, what are we gonna get here? What are we gonna get here? Because Sega's been hard to predict as of late. Next week we have an event coming that's gonna have free Mastery 4s, free Gigas 4s. So and we have Slayer coming up next month. So as if you watched the headline recently, then you saw the most recent trailer. Looks exciting. We'll see how that works out. It works right up my alley. At least I'm a gunner main, and the range potency is obviously where I specialize in. So it'll be easy transition over, and that'll be fun. Maybe, and I guess we'll have to make a video about it when it comes out. So make sure that you like and subscribe to the video if you enjoy, and if you would like to see more of me talking about just anything, just random stuff, just whatever. That's how I am, dude. I'll touch on everything. I just like to help out. So make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, show some support, help to bring some positivity to the gaming community, and just funs and laughs and just informative information. So, and I'll see y'all in the next one. We're out. Much love.
Tough!